Hey guys, it's Di and welcome to the vlog today. So we are doing kind of like a mini day in the life vlog today. We pretty much have just been working and the kids got their schoolwork done today. It hasn't been all that exciting around the house, but I did want to vlog tonight's dinner because I'm going to attempt to make eggplant parmesan using an internet recipe for the first time ever. So we're gonna find out whether that is a win or a fail. So I thought I would take you along for that and kind of share how that goes. But other than that, I also didn't vlog a lot today because I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but my shoulders are extremely red and it kind of hurts to hold the camera up because we went swimming at our HOA pool this weekend and we put sunscreen on, but we went kind of in the middle of the day and we stayed a little bit longer than we were planning on it. And I am extremely fair and I cannot handle being in the sun, and I am like a lobster, especially all over my back, because I was kind of like sitting there talking and I had like my back to the sun, and so holding my arm up right now is not the most comfortable thing ever. I don't really think you can tell like how burned I am, but it's pretty significant on my back. Actually, this is not even the worst of it. So I just burn really easily, and so I'm used to it. Like my arms are just kind of always perma red, but it's because like when I was a kid, we would go to Florida, but we would not really have sunscreen put on us all that much. And I didn't used to have freckles all over my arm this much. I don't know if you can kind of see all my freckles. Until we went one trip to Florida and I peeled so many times. Like I probably had some sort of degree sunburn, but you know, I was a kid and nothing fazed me. I remember it hurt, but I peeled, I think, like 3 or 4 times, and I was just like so red. It was one of those just like block of red sunburns. And then ever since then, I've had just, you know, a monumentous amount of freckles all up and down my arm. And it's on both sides. So probably should make a dermatologist appointment while I'm thinking about it. And I used to do tanning in college. So yeah, I really should probably go to the dermatologist. I used to go every single year, but then I kind of got out of the habit. You know, when you move, you have to find new doctors for everything. And that's kind of one of the ones that fell off of my radar because I was going regularly. But, you know, certain things you go to because you have to have, like I have to find an eye doctor every year because I have to have contacts to be able to see. So I go to the eye doctor regularly, but the dermatologist is just one that I, you know, need to put on my list, basically. Because heaven knows I have not been nice to my skin through the years. And I have horrible, like, splotchy, like, burns easily skin. So anyhow, I'm not going to show you my sunburn in the back, but it's quite incredible. It's not the worst I've ever had in my life. Like I said, I think that one time as a kid when I got all of these freckles, and I peeled. I remember it was like multiple times because I used to peel all the time as a kid. I won't even jinx myself. But anyways, so yeah, I used to get sunburned all the time as a kid, and I played softball, which was outside, and just, you know, I just got sunburned a lot, and I don't tan easily. When I went to the tanning bed, like the UVB beds seemed to work better for me than the other ones, so I would like pay to upgrade or whatever. But, you know, other than me going to tanning beds, it's the only time I've actually been, like, tan in my life. Because otherwise, I just burn and then peel. I peeled all the time as a kid. So, anyhow, this conversation kind of took a hard right. But, anyhow, that's what we did this weekend, which was fun. And we got to go to our HOA pool. But we all ended up getting sunburned a little bit. But I was the one that definitely fared the worst. So, I'm finishing up my work. I'll go see what everyone else is doing, and I'm going to start getting everything out to prep eggplant parmesan, and I will just take you along with me and let you know how it goes. So these guys are done with their schoolwork, and they've been watching Phineas and Ferb this afternoon. Okay, so I have a number of eggplant here, and I am going to start getting everything prepped and get all the supplies out. And I will try to link the recipe that I used down below. If this goes well, if it goes horrible and it's a fail, I won't. But if this goes well, I will go ahead and link the recipe down below. So I'm going to start getting all my ingredients out, and then I can start getting everything prepped. I also need to clean our fridge today because our trash day is tomorrow, but I'm gonna grab everything out of here that we need. This is one of my favorite Parmesan cheese, is this Parmesan shaved cheese. You've got to have some eggs, and then I also got some Italian breadcrumbs and our grocery order, which I did not do a grocery haul this week, because that's another reason I thought I would share this. Grated Parmesan, lots of garlic, some basil, and some sauce. So I'm gonna start prepping the eggplant. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. I'm gonna do a rapid preheat. And I've got my mixing bowl here and a glass dish to put everything into. Just gotta get my knives and all my cutting stuff out, a plate to put it on, and I will start getting all this arranged. So I'm pretty certain I have never made eggplant parmesan at home. I know that I have ordered it when we have been out, and this should be an adventure. It should be an adventure. So we've just been trying to try different things here. So there you go. It smells good. Just cut it in some slices here. And I looked up a couple different ways to cut it. I kind of liked it this way, so it was a little bit flatter. We're gonna go wash off this one and see. Some of these that I got from the grocery order don't look like they're in the best shape, but we'll see. And this one I want to try to cut round pieces. So let's try some brown pieces for this one. So I feel like the kids like when I cut zucchini into these rounds. So I feel like they're gonna like little round, like almost kind of like appetizer bite-sized pieces. So we're gonna try it both ways just to see what works. So I have them all cut up in different slices. So this last one actually had the fewer seeds in it than all of them. So I'll probably use this one for the larger pieces, and I'm gonna cut these into some smaller pieces that are more kind of like bite-sized. And then I have my rounds as well. So this is kind of the downside to not picking your own produce, is you just kind of get what you get. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I have my eggs here, and I just mix those together. And I'm just going to dip them in here so that way it can soak up the bread coating, and then just put them in here, and then I'll just scoot that over to the side and then keep it going here. And then I have a couple glass pans. I'm gonna put the round ones in the little square pan that I have. So I'll get that going for those too. Same with these smaller round ones. I'm just gonna take these, I'm gonna dip them in some egg on both sides. So I'm just gonna try to find what I think will be the best pieces for the kids to try and coat those up. That's also why I ordered more eggplants than I actually needed, because I wasn't sure like how good they would be since I ordered them from grocery pickup. So that's the only thing I kind of find I have to do with grocery pickup, is kind of over order to make sure I can get what I need. So I'm just gonna coat all of these, get it really nice and coated with this Italian breadcrumbs, and then drop them in here. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven real quick, and they're just gonna go for 5 minutes on each side just to bake them. Then I'm gonna dump them back into the glassware and coat them up with all of the toppings. So while those are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of pour some sauce in the bottom of my pans to coat both of these. Just gonna put some in this one over here, and some in this one over here. Then I'll drop my eggplant on top of that, and then start layering in my different seasonings and things I'm gonna add into those. So I'm making 2 different batches. I'm gonna put the kids in here, I'm gonna put the adults in here, and the adults I'll add more garlic and more seasoning to that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spread that around in there. And I like a lot of garlic. So I'm adding that just to add in some flavor to the adults. Okay, so I am grabbing these out of the oven, and I'm gonna get them distributed to their different pans. So I'm gonna put these longer ones here in this pan. And then the smaller ones, the round ones, I'm going to put in the small one. We'll make those for the kids. So we're just gonna put those in there. And then get these round ones situated here. So I'm gonna start just by putting some mozzarella on them. I'm just gonna do a light coat of mozzarella. And then I'm gonna do a little mix of Parmesan. So I'm just gonna do a light coating of the grated. And then we really like the shaved Parmesan, so I'm gonna top it off with that because it just cooks up really nicely. So I'm gonna take this shaved Parmesan, and we use this in salads too, it's really, really good. I'm gonna take this shaved Parmesan and just kind of center it over the center of the pieces. And it'll melt really nicely. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little basil in there. And this is just lightly dried basil that we got on our grocery order. Then I'm just gonna pop these in the oven for about 30 minutes, and then let's see what they look like whenever they come out. I also got a ton of mushrooms at Costco, so I'm gonna make some stuffed mushrooms to have on the side as well. I'm just gonna put all of these mushrooms into some butter to saute and add some garlic. So I'm just gonna coat these with some breadcrumbs as well. And then I'll separate out the smaller stem pieces from the larger mushroom caps and put the mushroom caps over here on my pan to go into the oven. So I'm just gonna take some of this mixture that's left behind that has the mushroom cap pieces in it, or the stem pieces rather, and I'm gonna mix it into my mixture with the cream cheese to kind of melt it all the way. It's got some butter in there, just a little bit of the mushroom flavoring, and then I will make this mixture together and put it in the center of all these mushroom caps. And then they should all be done about the same time as the eggplant. So I'm just going to take some of my mixture that I mixed together with the cream cheese and the mushroom pieces and the seasoning, some garlic. I'm just going to put this in all of the individual mushroom caps and stuff those. Then after they're all stuffed, I'm going to use some of the shaved Parmesan that I use for a lot of different things. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this lightly on the top. If the pieces are a little bit too big, then I'll kind of crumble them up and kind of make them a little bit smaller. But these cook really nicely when you put them on top of vegetables. I'm just going to pop these in the oven at 400 for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then these will be done right around the same time as the eggplant. These are done, and I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the oven and let the mushrooms go for just a little bit longer. And there it is, all done. And there are the mushrooms. So that is it for dinner. And we're going to go ahead, and now I get to clean up the huge mess that I made. I ran the dishwasher earlier, so it's all clean. So I've got to take all of this out so I can put all the dirty dishes from dinner in. Okay, I've got all of that loaded up, and it'll be ready to run tonight. And I've got the cooking area around the stove all cleaned up and ready to get messed up again tomorrow. I've got to take Mr. Crazy here for WALK because he's going bonkers. It is later on in the evening. I took Penguin for a walk and we are winding down. The kids already took their shower. What do you got there, Natalie?
Is Space Mountain Mini.
Yeah.
Whee!
We got that when we went to the Disney Creators Celebration. We haven't got any other ones, but the Tiki One room is pretty cute, so we'll see.
Yeah.
that is it for our evening. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while today, and we'll be back with more vlogs later on this week. And hopefully you enjoy coming along with me to make dinner tonight, something that I don't do that often. But I thought since I had the time, I would share it in the vlog. And I will link the recipes that I used down below. I just adapted them a little bit here and there, and I'll kind of put some of that in the description box as well. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.